Hi, my name's Tom. I was sent this pet hair removal tool to go ahead and give an honest review. It's exactly what I'm going to do. I've been using this for about a week now, and I have to say, I'm actually pretty impressed. I wasn't expecting much, but it actually works a lot better than I thought, and it even does some things that I'm not even sure if it's meant to do, but it works really well. First of all, just let's talk about this. This is basically a plastic ring, and it has some different kinds of edges on it, and the edges all do different things depending upon how you work them. Let's talk about the edges themselves. The very first edge there is kind of a hard edge, it's kind of a rigid edge. The next edge over here is kind of a flat edge, almost like a bevel, like a smooth tool. The third edge is kind of like this big thick one with all the ridges, but it's got little tiny ridges. And then the fourth one is smooth again, but it has little dots all along the edge here, and these little dots will kind of help collect things depending upon how you use it. So the whole idea is that this can actually be used to go ahead and remove fur from different upholstery, from carpeting, from surfaces. You just kind of rub it across the fur, wipe it off, and it works great. I'll show you some of that. But you can do it for a lot of other uses as well. This is my doggie. Her fur is nice and beige, you can see, but she is shedding. It comes out just almost in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and use this on our beige couch and see what kind of fur I can pull up. So here's my couch. I'm going to go ahead and use a thicker edge for fabric. I've done that a couple times and I've had good luck with it. I don't really see a whole, oh, wait a minute. I don't see a lot of fur, but I can start to see here. She loves to sit on this couch, and you can see it actually is, wow, holy smokes, dog. Uh, and you can see great big pile of fur right here. I've also found that the ridged edge, the thicker ridges, actually work pretty well on carpeting. These are my stairs. They're all carpeted. They're a little bit dirty, but you can also see here, oh, there we go. I actually have a couple cats as well, and you can see I have some darker fur getting mixed in there, so I'm guessing that's from the cats. But as I go across, I am picking up all sorts of fur that I didn't actually see there, and I'm a little bit skeeved out. But this whole idea is that you kind of pull this stuff up, and again, it's just kind of a hard rubber. It does get a little bit dirty. You can see some of the static is keeping the fur on this thing, and that's fine. It's okay. It's easy to wash. But I want you to see how much I got up on just one stair. This is a random stair that I happen to get to. I will have to do my entire stair at some point, but holy smokes, I basically have half a cat right there. So obviously it's a lot of fur for stairs. For the thicker edge is perfect for carpeting. For thinner things or for clothing, for more delicate things, you want to use the thinner edge. I've used this on fleece sweatpants and pulled off all sorts of fur. It's actually a little better than like even a lint brush sometimes, because you can just kind of brush down and kind of get it all into one spot and then just kind of pull it right off. So that's what the thinner edge mostly works better for, is clothing and intimate things, or things that are you don't want to actually be really rough with. You want to be a little more careful with, like again, like clothing or a finer cloth than just carpeting. And here's a black car interior. After I've taken my dog to the dog park, I go ahead and I basically just put her in the back seat, seatbelt her in, and then this is what happens in the end. These little nubs here will actually go ahead and catch it off of the flat edge as well. If I kind of press down at an angle, I kind of pull it, and you can see I'm grabbing it. So that was probably the better edge to use. I'm still kind of learning which edge works best, but you can see how much it's pulling up just off the vinyl seats of my car. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of fur on this thing, and you can just kind of pull it off by hand. But when it gets really kind of dusty and dirty, all you need to do is throw it into a kitchen sink and just go ahead and rinse it off. It comes off really easily. A little bit of warm water will take care of it. Good as new. I've also found that I can use these things as almost like a squeegee to kind of push water out of the way. So if I go ahead and I squirt a window right there and I say, oh, gee, I want to go ahead and kind of move that water out of the way, kind of squeegee it down, I can do that. I can kind of just use the flat edge and kind of just push the water, just like at a car wash, the way they clean the water off, or they spray it and they go ahead and clean it off. It actually works fairly well for that. I've also found that in a pinch, the straight edge, the flat edge that I use to squeegee will also go ahead and work as kind of a crumb cleaner upper. So it's better than using like a metal knife or a metal edge, because you could scratch your wood or you can scratch your furniture. But because this is kind of a rubber and it's kind of a plastic, you're not going to scratch. And then I can just go ahead, put a plate or put a little table or a little edge thing wipe it off, and be done. So yeah, I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting much, but this thing really is pretty cool. It works fairly well for a lot of different things. It's handy just to have around. It's nice to fit in the hand. I can just kind of flip it and to use it as I need to. It's easy to wash. It's durable. So yeah, highly recommended.